Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 super festive, holiday, and easy baking recipes. So I'm so excited to share these with you guys. Like always, the exact measurements, the recipes, where I found the inspiration from or where I'm following the recipe from will all be listed down below and on my blog as well, so you guys can make these delicious treats with me. So to get started, we are making donut holes, and I think each one's around like 30 or 40 calories or something like that. So really good. I'm going to show you the exact way to follow the recipe, and then I'm going to do a little take on it and do it another way as well. So it's really easy. You just take a box, white cake, yellow cake, vanilla cake. I think you can do chocolate with this too. I haven't tried it yet. So we're gonna add just a white cake to a bowl. Like I said, I wanted these to be easy for you guys and also really good and festive, and that, you know, if you're baking with kids or something like that, it's easy for them to do and follow along as well. So we have that box vanilla cake in here. We're gonna add, I think it was a cup of water. Mix that up. This recipe is actually one I got from Joy Bauer. I absolutely love her. I was on the Joy Fit Club on the Today Show with her, and everyone on the Today Show was super nice, and I just definitely have a special place in my heart for everyone and Joy Bauer, so we're definitely going to make her donuts right now. So then it's a cup of unsweetened applesauce. And donuts are actually one of my favorite treat or dessert. And when I do like a treat meal or something, or a treat just to have a treat, a lot of the times I'm choosing donuts. So when I saw she came out with this donut hole recipe, and each one was super low in calorie, I knew I had to try it. So that's pretty much it. It's just the box mix, water, unsweetened applesauce, and that's it. But what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna roll this in some cinnamon sugar after they bake. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of this batter to another bowl. This one's done, and I'll show you what to do after. But for this one, I'm gonna add a little cocoa. So I did a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Get that mixed in. We're gonna do, it's kind of gonna be like a chocolate version. I was gonna do chocolate and the vanilla and see, but I didn't want that many donuts. And then I have 1/4 teaspoon peppermint extract. You can see where I'm going with this. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of crushed candy cane. And then I'm gonna save some as well for the frosting, where once we kind of coat them, instead of rolling it in cinnamon sugar like the other ones, I'm gonna roll it in candy cane. So I'm not gonna put that many. I think I ground up 2 candy canes. Delicious. So I'm gonna get rid of this stuff and then show you how we finish up our donuts. So I just quickly sprayed this little donut hole pan. If you don't have a donut hole pan like this, I think that you can do like even cake pop pans or mini cupcake or muffin pans as well. They'll come out pretty much the same, and this pan will just give it the nice, like the donut hole shape. So then what I'm gonna do, when I sprayed that, is I'm just gonna take a little ice cream scoop and put them in the pan. So I'm gonna put these into the oven, and I'm gonna finish filling these, I'm gonna finish using these batters in like a mini muffin pan. I'm just gonna spray it, not use a little paper, fill those, put these in the oven, and I will show you guys what they look like when they're all done. So I am back. I have the donuts out of the oven. So they look really good, and I actually tried one when we got them out of the oven, and they were still really warm, and they are really good. So if you can see, they just came out like cute little donut holes. And I have a chocolate one right here. If you are gonna add the peppermint, the candy canes inside of here, I would definitely recommend using a little liner or something like that, using like a cupcake tin instead, or a pan, and adding papers in, because they really stuck. As you can see, they kind of pooled, but I think that's because the candy cane kind of melted to the bottom and stuck to the pan, and they were really hard to get out, but they still taste super good. So that's what I would recommend. Or just leave the candy cane out and just use peppermint extract and roll it in little crushed candy canes after you bake them. So now I'm gonna do a few of these as the rest of the recipe called for, and I'm gonna just top them with just a little melted butter. And then you roll it in some cinnamon and sugar. I'm using stevia, but you can use regular sugar. It's really not that much. So there we have it. These are our donuts. They came out really good, really delicious. Okay, so for the next recipe, we are making gingerbread cookies, and I'm so excited to try these out. So I have my mom's little red Festive mixer here, and so I'm just gonna kind of bake the cookies, get them ready, and then I'll show you guys as we go. So first I have the flour here. I'm gonna add all of the spices. It's ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. And then I'm gonna put the baking soda as well. And again, all the measurements will be on the blog. Mix the flour with the spices. Okay, into the mixer, I'm gonna put some softened butter. And there is not much at all. So just a little bit of butter. Then we're gonna put the applesauce, unsweetened applesauce again, and the brown sugar. Now I'm just going to scrape it down a little bit. Now I'm going to add 1 egg and the molasses. Okay, now I'm going to slowly add the flour mixture in that has all of our spices and incorporate it into the sugar, butter, and molasses. So I just put a little bit of flour right here on my cutting board, and I'm gonna get the dough mixture out of here, put it on here, and we're gonna form it into 2 little balls. It's gonna be a little sticky, so just work with it a little bit. And then we're gonna put this into the refrigerator before we finish it and bake the cookies. So it's kind of like sugar cookies, if you've made those, where it has to go into the refrigerator to kind of firm up before we bake them. because if you don't do that, they don't hold their shape, and when you try to cut it out with a cookie cutter, it just doesn't work. It's a big mess. Don't even attempt it. Roll the sleeves, and it should come right together. Just like so, like a little baby. And I'm going to divide it in half. And then you're going to wrap both of these balls in plastic wrap and then put them in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. So this is a really great one to make ahead of time. That way, you know, if you have people coming over, you have a little cookie party, you can have this all ready to go and then pull it out of the fridge and roll them out and bake them up. So I have both the doughs wrapped in plastic wrap. I did them in half, divided the dough in half. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for 2 hours, and then I'll show you guys what we do after, as well as the little frosting or icing that we're going to put on too. So I just floured the board, pulling out my gingerbread dough. It's been in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. So I have my gingerbread cookies out of the oven. They got really puffy looking, but they smell really good. I'm really quickly just gonna make the glaze that goes on it. I'm halving this recipe because I only baked half of the dough. So I have half a cup of powdered sugar. I have some egg whites and some lemon juice, fresh lemons. So I'm gonna mix this up, and again, I'm just following her recipe. So this frosting consistency looks really good. I'm going to put this into a baggie and just cut the little tip off. So the last recipe I'm going to do are little chocolate peppermint truffles, or little fudgy chocolatey bites. They sound really good, so I'm really excited to try this one. And it's only 4 ingredients. It's unsweetened cocoa. I love the Ghirardelli cocoa, so that's what I'm using. I have unsweetened applesauce, honey, and peppermint extract. And you're literally just gonna mix all the ingredients together in one bowl. So I'm gonna put the applesauce, the honey, and the peppermint. And chocolate peppermint is my obsession. I love anything chocolate peppermint. So when I saw this one had like literally 4 ingredients, didn't take much work at all, and was chocolate and peppermint, I was like, we have to try this out. So then some peppermint extract. We're gonna mix this up, and then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna make them into little like truffle bites. Roll them into little balls, and then you can add, like, roll them in powdered sugar, or put sprinkles on them, or candy canes. So I think I'm gonna do a few of those different ways. Just remember, whatever you're adding to the outside is gonna add to the calorie. So it says to chill it so it comes together. This seems pretty together, but I'm gonna follow the instructions, kind of see, but if you can see, it already looks like it came into like one big dough ball. So I think you could definitely just roll this into little balls and put it on wax paper, it says, or little cupcake, a pan with little cupcake liners so everyone can have an individual one. But I'm just gonna put this into the fridge. Okay. So I just sprinkled a little bit of stevia in here. I think it just needed a little bit more sweetness. It reminds me of like a bittersweet like chocolate bar or something like that is what this reminded me of. So I'm just gonna give it a little taste again. Better. Really good. So now I'm just gonna pop this into the refrigerator. So I have the truffles. I just pulled them out of the refrigerator, and I lined a cupcake tin with some real green papers. And I'm gonna use an ice cream scoop, make little balls, dip it in the candy cane mixture. And so here you have them. They're so cute. The amount of peppermint in it is delicious. The consistency is delicious. It's just very strong. Like if I think you make them as big as I did, it might just be a little bit much. But again, it depends on your preference. I would make them a little bit smaller. Maybe try adding a little less cocoa or adding a little bit more stevia just to give it that little bit of sweetness or a little bit of sugar. I honestly can't even taste the honey at all, so I think if you just did like a sugar substitute or sugar instead, depending on what you want to do, it might help with that sweetness, but they're really good. So here we have it, all three of our desserts, our little donut holes and donuts that I did both. We have our little truffles, our peppermint chocolate truffles, and our gingerbread cookies. And if you try these out, be sure to tag me and let me know which one your favorite is, or which one you're excited to try, or if you have any other recipes that you'd like me to try out as well. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any more of my holiday videos or any of my Vlogmases. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a very sweet and happy holiday season and Christmas, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!